I'm Mark Bishop, the head of Songjiang campus and the executive headmaster of YK School, so I'm overall responsible for the work of all three campuses. I want the school to be a high-performing school, but I don't want it to be a high-stressed school. I want it to be a school where everyone, from the founders, from the board, from the senior leaders, from the teachers, from students, from parents, where the whole school community wants to see what is a good school become even better. And a lot of that is about the concept of marginal gains, that each year, if every student, every teacher, every leader can improve their performance a bit, the school then by the end of the year is better than where it started. And that's what I want from the school, to be constantly improving and enhancing the quality of what we offer. There are two key priorities across all three campuses this year. The first priority, and this will always be the priority, the top priority while I'm the executive headmaster, and that is to enhance the quality of teaching and learning. Nothing is more important in a school than having outstanding teachers who inspire and enthuse our students. The second priority, though, is also to ensure that our pastoral care is really outstanding. So to make sure that the emotional and mental well-being of our students is an absolute priority for the school is incredibly important. Some high-performing schools can become, I think, self-satisfied and complacent. The great thing about YK School is that everyone from the board downwards knows that the school is on a journey. We haven't yet arrived. There's a real desire to take the school forward and to improve even further. I want the school to be highly successful when it comes to academic outcomes, but one of the lovely things about YK School, which I hope will never ever change, is that we are deeply committed to holistic education, and that starts from the moment they begin at Wuding and continues till the moment they leave at Songjiang.
Important as they are, whether good or bad, never think that grades or university destinations define you as a person. The most important way to judge a year group is what's that year group like as young men and young women.
To have young people who are educated not just to do well academically, but who are well balanced, who have a breadth of vision, who have a love for China, but an international outlook. It's having that whole holistic view of education. I want teachers who are absolutely passionate about their subjects. I want science teachers who keep up to date with what's happening in the world of science and who can make that teaching relevant and exciting to students. But I also want those teachers not just to teach, not just to impart knowledge, but to actually enthuse and inspire students. There's a world of difference between a good teacher and an inspiring teacher. And if you look at students and the rest of their lives, if you go back and think, who is the person who had a real influence on their lives, it will be a few inspiring teachers. I think the key with leadership in any school, and in fact in any organisation, is that it's not about a single person. The reason why YK School is so successful is because it has great leadership at every level. We have founders who are passionately committed to the school. We have a board who are incredibly supportive. We have a president who works night and day for the school. At the other two campuses, we have very talented, outstanding principals. So my job is simply to support them, to guide them, and to provide an overall consistency and coherency to the school. That does mean I have to be effective, and it means I have to be efficient, but it's also about building and empowering other people so that it's a team that takes the school forward. The students, without question, are extraordinary. They're intelligent, they're ambitious, they care deeply about their studies, but that's true of many Chinese students. But there are some different things, I think, about YK students. For example, many of our students will choose to take what is, I think, widely regarded as the most challenging English language course right across the globe. That's IB, Language A, higher level. Most bilingual schools in China don't even offer it, but here at YK School, many students choose to do that and achieve the highest possible mark. But it's not just their intelligence, it's not just their ambition. Many of them are incredibly creative, they're entertaining, they've got a great sense of humour. Compassion is something I've been really struck about. The number of our students who are serving other people, looking to get involved in fundraising and charitable activities, I think that really does set our students apart. I want them to aim high. I don't want them to settle for being okay, because they can do better than that. I want them to have a real belief in themselves. I want them to have an inner confidence, but I want that to be allied with an outward humility, because I think that's a very compelling combination for young people to have. We're very fortunate at YK Power School to have parents who care deeply about education and who believe and trust in the school, and I suppose they're the key things that I want. I want parents who see education as a partnership between home and school, where parents and school both working together to do the very best they can for their children. And I also want parents who trust the school, who recognise that the school is there simply and only to deliver the best quality of education that it possibly can be. One of the great strengths of the school is that the campuses do have their own unique identity, and that's something I very much want to retain. But at the same time, I want to ensure that there's a consistency, particularly in the values that the school believes that are important. So that's, of course, compassion, integrity and balance, but also in the aims of the school. What young people are we trying to produce when they leave here at 18? And I want to give parents a sense of that this is a school from 1 to 12, and there's a seamless transition from those who start with us right at year 1 and then they leave and graduate from the high school.